Naruto 620. Okay, I want to remind everybody what you already know, that this is all about Orochimaru buying time to power up, okay, to take over Sasuke's body. So he's just, hey, you want to go talk to the four Kages? Let's go spend time while I'm energizing, getting my energy back, and just have your, ask your questions. Just take your time. So, and also, by the way, since I'm in control of the four Hokages in Edo form, I'm not absolutely too worried about what Sasuke wants. Okay, really, if he gets out of control, I could just simply control him. At least that's kind of sort of how the way it starts off. Doesn't end that way. And as far as, that's his true goal. Okay. And even the village, as far as Orochimaru, he doesn't seem to care about the village. He doesn't seem to care the war. It's not. He wants to get Sasuke Uchiha's body, and evidently he will be able to. What his original goal was to learn all the jutsus. You probably need to live forever to do that, and he's probably tired of having to change body into a new body every so many years. So he's probably got some way to make that body immortal. Okay, all right. So that's the way it looks like. And Suigetsu, comic relief, when the anime comes out, it's going to be absolutely brilliant. Now, I'm trying to make this quick. The whole thing about starting off with Itachi, what an awesome character. And of course, it's his brother, so you get all the dynamics. There's so much good dynamics in this chapter. And the humility of the first, saying that he's an even better, right, shinobi than him. I don't really believe that. I mean, I think a lot of Itachi. Itachi's probably my favorite overall character because of his complexity. To be that good and that evil and the reasons behind it and all that, just an amazing story by character by Kishimoto. As bad as the whole Tobi Obito thing is awesome as Itachi is, which seems like a harder thing to do. But anyway, moving on. And the whole thing about speaking of the dynamics of the brothers, the second isn't as smart. Evidently, his anger, his speed to get anger, the IQ goes down. I know that's what happens with most people. And I know somebody that's kind of extreme. They get angry and they can't think properly, and that's the second. Okay, and the whole thing about the first, which we didn't think was that smart, just kind of this goofy guy that likes to drink and gamble. It looks like he's actually a lot smarter than we thought. Okay, and he's even there like, the second, not always quick on the uptake. Now, talking about zeroing in on what's important, the first, right in the beginning, saw Sasuke, and he saw his importance. And he stated it. He says, if we can win the war, but if we lose Sasuke, it's just, he's the next Madara, and the cycle just keeps going on. And that's the first, who I thought, and I think a lot of people thought was kind of a dummy, to be honest. And he isn't. And he's humble. He has his drinking and gambling issues, but he's got a lot of really good qualities other than that. Not totally blameless, but a lot of good stuff. Now, the whole thing about control, Orochimaru losing control, and like, you know what, I haven't controlled the first in a while, and I have to be careful. Because he's probably thinking, maybe the first doesn't know how. Okay, there was a fight, and I believe it was between Guy and Kisame, where Guy used his sword and ended up getting hurt in the hand. And he's like, well, that was dumb of me because you don't use somebody else's weapon. Wow, what could be worse than using someone else's weapon? Maybe using their DNA, okay, and thinking that you're going to out-trump somebody with the original person's own cells. Yeah, okay, worked good on the second, right? Not so good on the actual person that the cells were from. So right there, it's over. And even he says, right, oh, don't worry, because I definitely want to tell Sasuke the story and set him on the proper path. So that worked out pretty well. Now, just a small note here. I think most people thought, well, who's going to break out of this first? Okay, who? The second. We think, well, he invented it, so he's going to break out. Well, and then who would have been the second person, you would think, right? The third, because he's a genius. And I think a lot of us really underestimated the first. And although the idea of his DNA was there, but yeah, the first is like, no, I don't think you're going to control me with my own DNA. So anyway, that works out really, really well. I like the chapter. I would strongly suggest that anyone that kind of flew by, which I did like the first couple of times that I read the chapter, the artwork in the back, which I kind of dismissed as just artwork because there really wasn't, much dialogue there. I would strongly suggest going back and looking at it again if you have the time. You get to see the weaponry that they both have, right? And the first has a berserk type style sword. It's got a huge scroll on the back, but the last panel is so good. The last panel on the last page, the whole thing is good, but this was the whole thing of the 9 tails and the Sanu for Madara, and then the whole thing of the wood dragon that we've seen, and then it looks like the name of this other creature, because it kind of, you might think, well, maybe this is just one creature, the one that catches beast balls, okay, but evidently it's a living wooden soul is what it looks like. All right, and it catches and plays with beast bombs. Wow. Okay. So I'm really stoked. Like I say, and I think that you will too. If you go back and well, you maybe already did, but if you really see the artwork at the end, I think it's going to be awesome. Hopefully it'll be some, some information. It'll be, it won't be like this. It'll be a lot more information mixed in with the action. But I'm really stoked. It's probably going to be a while doing this, and I can't wait to see what your comments are, what your observations are. Every week I look forward to it, and such people do such an awesome job, and all these different perspectives. It's absolutely fantastic. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. Anybody can be an anime fan. Anybody can be a Naruto fan. You can always subscribe. You can always unsubscribe. You can do anything you want to. Until next time, take care.